Welcome back to the greenhouse. We're out here on a rainy day. It's a little chilly, but it's hot in the greenhouse. We got a fire going, so I'm in a t-shirt here. So we're gonna be experimenting with some solar drying. I've got a couple little solar dryers and some solar powered systems we're gonna be experimenting with. I got my son in here, and we do have the door closed. It's about 55 degrees or something like that. Check the little system here. You can see some activity.
Did you see those?
There's baby fish swimming around in there too. It's pretty darn cool. So he's got his little fish that are multiplying down there. We're breeding goldfish, yes. I guess. We are going to be building a DIY mousetrap with completely recycled materials and all stuff that we have on hand and that most people have on hand. But before we get into this mousetrap build, let's go check out what we're eating out of the greenhouse for free today. And we will be planting a ton of these plants here: leeks, kales, lettuces, spinaches. So we had a customer at our local farmer's market who picked up a score on a whole bunch of end of season stuff, and he got them for super cheap. So he came and helped us out, and we swapped with him and stuff. So shout out to that subscriber. So we'll be planting a ton of seeds down here, and as fall is approaching, we are having some rodent activity. We had some sunflowers close to the greenhouse, and all the rodents were picking up on those. So I don't know if our germination rate on our 7 top turnips here was affected by crushing one of them, affected by rodents or not. So you can see we're doing a ton of work. I got this bag so I can walk on it, but our geothermal is dug up. We were losing about 25% of our actual flow rate, so it wasn't flowing as good as it usually is. I think we had a little accumulation of water and sediment inside there, so I'm gonna see if we can't get that cleaned out the best I can, because these geothermal tubes were very crucial last winter, and I really want to have them flowing 100%. So I just got those out of the ground. We're gonna be checking on those and doing a little work with that, probably in a separate video. There's a lot going on to this one. So my son's got himself a decent fire. I've got a little survivalist here. He's pretty well able to cook off of a fire with whatever he's got on hand. So let's check this out here. So first things first, we've got some fresh pine needles, some good pine needles here, and we will take those and kind of just break them up, squeeze them a little bit, and we're gonna drop all those pine needles right into our water. And my son also acquired a little bit of lavender leaves because he loves the lavender.
Yeah.
We've got lavender growing right back there, and it's a huge monster lavender plant. We just got to get it transplanted because it's where we're gonna dig our pond. So we've got that. That is going to be some pine needle lavender tea this morning. And we've got a bunch of bell peppers. So the bell peppers came right from the greenhouse here. So we've got these bell pepper plants. They look like crap because we pushed all of our methane stuff onto them and kind of squished them over, but we did have a decent harvest out of here. And then we're gonna go grab a tomato or two, which I did not harvest yet. So we've got lots of little tomatoes. These ones aren't looking the healthiest, but we've got some tomatoes in here we can pop and eat there. So right off the vine. We've got some jalapenos that we're gonna use, and we've got some habaneros. These are gonna turn orange, and then we had a few of our shishitos mixed in there. So we've got all of our fresh produce from the greenhouse. We've got some of our leeks, we've got a little bit of rosemary, we've got some of our jalapenos, some shishitos, very good peppers, and we've got our bell peppers, and we've got some of our chicken eggs here. So we've got our chicken eggs in a bag. So this is a very easy way. We can take our scissors, chop up all of the mixed produce. All of these are gonna be mixed up, and then I'm gonna cut the tops off the bells, and I will.
Oh, be careful with scissors. So we got a mixture here.
Interesting little DIY with all accessible food we had right in our greenhouse. So we've got these peppers crack-a-lacking on the stove here. You can't really see because of the glare, but man, they smell delicious. We've got our tea rolling here, lavender and pine needle tea. All set on the food. We are going to have some food in about 15 minutes. You're gonna watch that and keep control of the fire and food? Yeah. All right, we've got Chef and the fire tender back there. So let's head on down and check out the mousetrap DIY. So this is a very easy DIY anybody can be doing. Let me set the camera up here. So we've got food, we've got water, we've got a survivable, livable greenhouse, man. We can survive in here, but you know what? So can critters. We've got food, we got water, we got shelter, we got everything they want to survive. So we've noticed some critter activity, not too much damaging our plants and stuff, but we noticed little tunnels and droppings, which are very nasty. So we don't want critters in our greenhouse. So we are going to build a DIY recycled bucket trap. We've got one we've already built here. So this is a free DIY mouse trap that is going to last years. It is long term. So that is right up our alley. That is super cheap, and recycling all these waste products is very cool too. So let's check out these items required to build this DIY mousetrap. So we've got tons of 5-gallon buckets. These can be recycled pretty easily. So there's a mousetrap in there, and this was just for non-conventional use. We don't have a whole lot of luck with the mousetraps in the greenhouse. The critters are pretty darn crafty. So we've got a mousetrap, but we got holes in there right now because this is a non-kill trap. We don't want to show killing animals on this channel, so we do not put water in here and drown the mice. We just throw them out in the cornfield or something. So the next item on the list is something you can use. This is my son's favorite chips here. This is the same exact one we used 2 years ago, 3 years ago when we built it. So this just rolls, and you can see I drilled a hole in each end, and that leads up to the next piece. This is some nice, I don't know what gauge wire. This is very strong, sturdy wire, so it is not going to bend and break. You have to really have some shears to cut it. So we'll take that wire and we'll thread it right through here, and we can just pop the lid off, and this will come right out the other side. We're going to take the lid and we're going to pop it right over, and then we can put the lid back on and secure it. If you have to, you can tape the lid so it doesn't come off. So we've got this string, and this just rolls freely on its own. I can roll it on my leg and it just keeps going. So it's really messing with the focus on the camera there, so apologize about that, but this is the most crucial element to this trap. This is what actually traps the mice and allows them to fall into the bucket. We've got this piece threaded up. We're going to set that to the side. We have this 5-gallon bucket, and I always do it right above the handle so I know where it is directly across. So I drilled a small hole there. All you need is a simple drill and a tiny little drill bit. Very easy, super thin stuff, doesn't require a whole lot of force. So equal and opposite, you can see one here, one there, both on each handle. So each end of this wire is going to go through each of those holes. So I'm gonna get...
I got guys left. I should run.
So I went to use this one, and you can't use the party stack. It's too long. It doesn't even fit inside here. I didn't even check. This is a regular size Pringles can here, and it rolls like nobody's business, as you can see. We didn't check. So that's a great opportunity for me to adapt, improvise, overcome, like Bear Grylls here. So this is a piece of PVC. You can use any size diameter. I want to say this is 1-inch PVC. So here we are, we got this threaded up, and it's just rolling away. So we're able to use this for a trap. We just put our bait right on this stick here, and we're gonna show how this works and how we set it up. Now you gotta trim off your excess wire and stuff like that and clean it up a little bit, but for the most part, this is all just recycled materials, just kind of propped up and set together.
Guys, the food's done.
The food's done?
Yeah.
He says the food's done, so let's hurry this up, check out the trap, and then we'll go check out our food. We got both these ramps. This ramp, these lead right up. Very simple. The rodents run right up. They will walk out onto this, and everybody's seen these before. And this rolls nice and freely. Same thing with this. They walk right onto that. And you can see we've used this for years. We've put in gobs of peanut butter. We'll throw wheat or whatever kind of feed down in the bottom, just saved seeds. Sunflowers work great. And we will catch maybe a dozen mice, and then we won't see any for like a month. They seem to start coming back and flourishing again. So once we catch all of them that seem to find their way to the greenhouse, we'll pretty well eradicate them for a while, and then they'll start to find their way back. And throughout the winter, it's not so bad, but right now when everybody's harvesting, they're cutting corn and beans and all that crap that's GMO growing out in the fields. That is drawing all of those pests into places where they have more food security and shelter and water and all that stuff that we have right here in our greenhouse. So if anybody's got any more questions on the build of this, it's very simple to do, Very easy to build and use recycled materials. Let's go check on our food now. Oh my word. All right. He wasn't joking. This food is ready to go. We're gonna get this out and we're gonna get this ready to eat. We are starving out here this morning. I wish everybody could smell this. It smells amazing. It smells like heaven in the greenhouse.
How do you know what heaven smells like?
That's a good question. Man, that is delicious. So we're gonna get some tea poured up here. Gotta make sure you eat some of the pepper too.
I'm waiting.
Well, I burnt my tongue a little bit. It's very hot, but man, this is delicious. I encourage everybody to eat right out of the garden, and the more natural you can eat, the less processing behind the food you're putting in your body, the better off you are. So trying to teach the next generation how to do it right.
That's me.
Now, if anybody has any questions on our little DIY mousetrap, definitely drop that in the comments below. We've done it for years and it works, so that's right up our alley. Free, easy, and a DIY. So I'd really like to thank everybody for watching these videos and subscribing and following along. We may come out with a new cooking video every Sunday and a cool part to the video behind it, like the mousetrap and the wood ash lye last week. Yeah, we got some jalapenos in there. It's got a little spice to it, but it's good for you.
I need water.
I'd like to thank everybody for watching. We're going to go find some water. We will see you guys next time.